Good morning, guys. It is 8:25 a.m. on Wednesday, the 71st day, I think, that I'm doing this. And I don't remember what I said yesterday, but the facts are I did dinner. We did end up watching 2 shows just because we did dinner so early, so that worked out. But I was in bed, like ready to go to sleep at like 6:30. Like my body is just done. And I told myself, because I had a lot of fear that I was going to be up all night, like just sort of like I can't get out of this trap of like not being able to sleep, but then if I sleep during the day, then not being able to sleep and not being able to sleep in because I have to take care of my daughter, and then it's the weekend, and. But the facts are, I told myself, you know what, you're going to read. So that's what I did, and I got to page 139 of my book, and it's all about the brain. So, and there were several times where I kind of drifted off, and so I let myself, but then when I woke up again, because there was literally, they're playing softball outside, I said, that's okay, because at least you're trying, you know? And I did not take magnesium, but I probably fell asleep, I don't know, maybe around 10, but I was like winding down for, by reading. And I think I slept till like 5:30. I really thought I'd feel completely better, but I didn't. But I said use a tool, so I'm proud of myself. So I think I've done 4 meditations before I even got out of bed. And not because it wasn't like I cannot get out of bed until I do a meditation. It was more like my body needs rest. This is a chance to still get rest. She's not up yet, So my like old MO is kind of just wear myself into the ground, basically. So I was like, okay, so we're just going to lay here, and I'm not going to deal with this negative thoughts and stuff. So I'm just going to listen to a meditation. And even if the thoughts were still happening, at least I was trying to counter them, So I did that. And I'm really proud of myself because I'm learning about like mind maps, and this isn't who I am. This is just how I've been taught, but it's not helpful. It's not what I want. So it's me reorganizing my mind, basically. And there is a certain level of upheaval and confusion and stuff as that's happening, which makes perfect sense. It's change. It's very deep change. And so I'm really proud of myself because, long story short, I got to figure out a way, like a logistical way to pay my rent. And I realized that I had a lot of shame of like, I don't even know where my stuff is because I've had to move so much, and it started dragging me down. And then I was like, you know what? Don't be like, you have to get this done before you go downstairs. Just say you're going to work on it for this many minutes, and then you'll go downstairs. Break it down into steps. And I did do that. I did the first step. I love technology, but technology does not always love me. So it was like asking, it was like, oh, we sent you a thing to update your whatever. So then I went to that, but then when I clicked on it, it wasn't on the site. And so then, that rigmarole where it's like, how do you have 2 things open at the same time type of thing. And one of the things the book said is pay attention to what happens. Like, what do you tell yourself And I'm very mean to myself even now. I was like, what's wrong with you? Like, how come you can't? And it was like, no, no. Um, so, anyway, if this is at all helpful for someone else, like, I totally get it. And it can absolutely just freeze us, like, shut us down. And that's what happened yesterday is it just everything, I didn't shut down as far as actual responsibilities I needed to do, but anything else, I mean, even something that might be fun, it was like I have no life at this moment. It's hard to explain. It's way deeper than just I'm tired and then I take a nap and I feel better. And I know they say that you can't make up sleep, but you can make up rest. And that's what I kept telling myself because it was like, there is a threshold. That's what they were talking about too. There's a threshold. And when you go over that threshold for years, something's going to happen. So anyway, the facts are that I did what I could this morning, and then I was there for my daughter. She ended up dumping a lot of information on me, and I just breathed, and I was like, okay. And then I did my puzzle, for like that's just that like 5 minutes or whatever. And then I felt overwhelmed again. And I just said, set a timer for 15 minutes and just work in the kitchen for 15 minutes and then go upstairs. Because what it feels like is that I'm running this huge, corporation or something by myself when I'm like, and then, using that analogy, my daughter comes in every 5 seconds, as like an employee, and it's like, and it's like, okay, and I'm running it 24/7, like it's just, so it's all good awareness. And, I'm really working hard on learning how to be the observer too. And it was like, something about me is I'm very dedicated. Like, I keep trying literally every single day my hardest, including yesterday, which it's hard for part of me to reconcile that, but it is true. That was really hard to say, hey, I need to just rest. I don't know how to do that. So I'm going to fight to do that all day, type of thing. But I know it's what made, today possible. It really is. So that being said, I'm drinking a protein shake, so I'm proud of myself for that. And I'm doing my best to remind myself this is how it's going to feel because I'm doing things differently. It's kind of like, I think it's called I want to say riptide, I want to say undercurrent, but I don't think either of those are right. But whatever it's called, that drags you down. It's kind of like that. Like, I see the ocean. It's not that I'll never go in the ocean again by any means, but it's like, I know that that thing's there, so I'm not going to consciously do that. Because there's no one to pull me out of it, So then I just end up saying, why did I do that to myself again? So this is me trying to prevent that. Well, like I said, still taking really good care of my daughter and being there for her. So anyway, I'm going to drink the rest of my protein shake and figure out what to do today. Not because there's nothing to do, but because there's so much to do. one of the things I've started doing as well, as like a lifestyle thing, is every time I'm on the stairs, I do my affirmations of I am safe, all is well. So it slows me down. Because basically what's happening is right now everything is okay. But my system is not used to that. And everything is still on my shoulders. So it's like, no, we need to be primed because everything, it's just false programming basically. So this is me transforming, being like, actually, it's okay to be calm. It's safe to be calm. It's safe to be like, there's no literally current emergency. The house is not currently on fire. And so one of the things I'm going to do, not right now, I'm telling myself, but one of the things I'm going to do today is like support myself as I try to tackle this thing with the technology, and to kind of get my brain and system on board, I'm going to say, well, then I'll be able to help someone else with it. So I want to be present of like, this is what you can do if you can't find this document or whatever. So basically what's happening is things are assimilating, and it's ultimately really, really good. It's really good. Because it's not, the facts are, it's not like I'm like, I meant to meditate, but I just didn't do it. Or I meant to read last night, but I didn't. The facts are I did. I read last night. I meditated this morning, Those are huge wins, actually. It's just so foreign to me that it's like, what is this calm? This can't be right, So, anyway, I hope this helps. And I'm going to, drink the rest of my drink and just be proud of what I've accomplished even before 9 a.m., Okay, love you guys.